just showed up to a job, and you notice I said, what the, right? And I said, it's a very interesting job. And why am I considering this a very interesting job? Well, when I got here, the client met me here to go ahead and let me in to do the job. It's around 800 square feet. I told her it'd be $300, especially do it on Father's Day, of course. And she said she had no problem with that. However, when I walked in, I noticed a problem. And I'm going to show that to you. I'm going like, how in the heck is this happening? And who gave him this advice? I think it's very interesting. So let's take a look. I'm going to flip the camera around, and you're going to see what's going on. Notice now, a dry ease air pod. You've got a hole in the wall with a little bit of containment. You've got a dehumidifier. And as I walk further back here, you're going to notice there's another dry pod back there. So you're probably wondering, Rob, well, what's wrong with that? Well, apparently I show up to this job and the client doesn't tell me there was some water damage ahead of time. Really? Okay, I don't like surprises. I know you don't either. She's a good client, but she had some water damage. And I asked her, why didn't you call me? She said, well, when I was in Home Depot, of all places, she said now they offer water damage advice. I'm going, really? I don't think that's too good of advice. I didn't tell her that, but I'm thinking in my mind. She's already left, right? So apparently now you can rent a dehumidifier, you can rent air movers, they'll suggest Odoban for you, and they'll even tell you how to do the job. Can you believe that? So look at Home Depot. They already got us for Chem Dry, right? And now they're moving into the water damage. They're kind of bypassing us, I believe. So of course, now what do you do in this situation? I know what I did. I'm gonna sit down here for a second. I went ahead and I had the client sign off saying that she performed the water damage herself. She rented the equipment, she did the antimicrobial, she took care of the void, the containment, the dehu, the air movers, everything. All right, all I'm doing is, I mentioned on there, had her sign off on it, and I'm just cleaning the carpets and I'm sanitizing the carpets. I'm gonna put some Benefact down, all right? But it's really irritating to me that Home Depot is encroaching upon our market. So I'd like to know what y'all's thoughts are on that, you know? And maybe this is, you guys have known about this. I haven't. It seems like something new to me. Very simple job. I'll be able to knock it out probably 45 minutes or an hour. I'm going to be using the Bonzer. I'll turn around, flip it around and show you that. But notice here, that's where the leak emanated from and migrated. I've got the Bonzer hooked up. Got my courtesy door into place. See the Bonzer there. The Bonzer actually is very easy and very simple to use. I'm just going to run some antimicrobial right through my machine. That's going to save me a lot of time. The place is not dirty. I know why she's cleaning it, because the carpets had some water. Yes, it was fresh water, no doubt about it. But isn't it ironic that I come in here and she's telling me, hey Rob, I had a fresh water leak. I was in Home Depot when I found out about it. I asked the guy there and he told me, hey look, you can go ahead and get all the equipment here and we'll advise you and walk you right through the water damage job. I go, wow, isn't that something? So I didn't get the call for the water damage job, but I got the call for the carpet cleaning. Just want to know what you would do under the circumstances. Remember CYA, always cover your ass. If somebody's had some water damage, most times I'll walk away if they don't handle it correctly. Did they come set it up or did they just rent it out? Jared, they rented it out. But they also gave them advice at the counter. One thing I don't do is I don't give advice. Why don't I give advice? Because you open yourselves up to liability if you give the client advice and she does something wrong. So while I'm here, all I'm going to do is address the carpets, have them sign off saying that's what I'm doing. But I suppose, Jared, if the job was large enough, I wouldn't doubt Home Depot wouldn't bring a tractor trailer out to do it. But what I'm seeing here is I feel like they're bypassing the professionals and they're going directly to the homeowner. I mean, they've already gone to them with carpet installation, now buying out Chem Dry, and now they're bypassing us professionals. So I think we need to be on the lookout for that. And I have to admit, they did a halfway decent job here. They really did. But I noticed that the voids and the walls were not handled correctly. And so I believe they're going to have some issues from that, because it also migrated back into the bathrooms and into another room. So it went through like 3 or 4 different walls. But all they did is open up one little section of the wall. But I'm not going to advise her. I'm not going to tell her. I'm only here to clean the carpets. I'm only here to deodorize the carpets. That's all I'm going to do for her. I just think it's kind of sad, and hopefully, I don't know how dry ease plays into this, hopefully not in a negative way, but this is all dry ease equipment. And they're in there and they're giving out information. No. Are you talking about Home Depot, Jared, or are you talking about the client themselves? I know the client's not certified to do it. She just got the advice from Home Depot. But we all know anybody who touches a water damage job or who gives advice on a water damage job can be held liable in a court of law. So I think it's you have to walk and tread very carefully where there's been some water damage. I don't know. I'm going to find out when I go over there, Jared. I think it's very interesting, you know, that this is going on. I'm going like, really? Home Depot now is into water damage and bypassing as professional? Well, on the other hand, I guess you or myself, you know, if we need some extra equipment, we can go rent it. But the fact now that they feel like they're giving advice and telling them how to do it, that kind of surprised me. So for those who arrived a little bit late, I'm going to pop this around. I came to clean the carpets. Is Home Depot certified or their associates of water damage restoration? I don't know, Dave. That's a great question. I mean, for them to make comments like that, they're opening themselves up to liability in a court of law. If you're going to tell people how to do a water damage job, you're in trouble for it. Roto-Reader has got a team now for restoration in our area. I know that. You're right. Well, everybody wants to jump into water damage, don't they? They really do. But most of them don't know how to do it correctly, so that's a good thing. That gives us an advantage. But the pie is getting divided and our share is shrinking. So we need to kind of keep that in mind. From my point of concern right here, so I just want to kind of relate to everybody, if you come across a home that has, or they've had some water damage or they had a leak, especially if it's category 2 or category 3, cat 1 might be okay, like this is just fresh water, but you want to make sure that they've addressed it, or you have them sign off on it, but really most times I'll just walk away from it. Okay, this one right here, hey, they went ahead and performed it. Agree with you, I heard Home Depot starting to sub just like their kitchen and their, wow, okay, I didn't know that. That's interesting, Ryan. So for all I know, she might have, but she said she knew what she was doing, she got the advice, she did it. Taking advantage of the free market system we'll have access to, can't fault them, I guess. Just won't give them any of my business. Hey, Ethan, I'm with you on that, brother. Hey, it looks like I'm going to Lowe's. I think we all should go to Lowe's, right? Home Depot. I mean, they're in everything now. They got HD Supply. They're supplying all the hotels with sheets, linens, supplies, and all that kind of stuff, too. So that's something to keep in mind. So really, maybe addressing Lowe's might be a better thing, but I actually go to the small mom and pop, and there's not many left, of course, anymore. The Ace Hardwares or the Taylor's Do-It Centers, a little smaller. They've been around for a long time. I'll go ahead and go to them. It might cost me a couple dollars more, a couple pennies more, but I like going to somebody that I feel like is not a monopoly. Okay, I'm gonna flip it back around one more time to show you what's going on here. So you notice, how you doing, Morgan? You notice there was a water leak right here, fresh water. I got to this job. She left me here, left the door unlocked. It's got Home Depot products here by Dry Ease. And they've got them spread throughout. I'm going like, really? I'm still kind of surprised when I walked in here. But I was more surprised when I talked to the client for a minute or two before she had to leave. And she said, listen, they told me exactly how to do the whole job from start to finish. Told me to knock out the wall where it was right there, set up a dehumidifier, set up some air movers, and add some stuff. I'm going, really? Roto's been doing water restoration about 2 years now. Yeah, I know that. I think I'd heard that, yeah. I know a lot of contractors are getting into it too. I know roofers, I know builders, everybody's getting into the water damage business. Like I said, the pie is definitely getting smaller. So you're gonna have to do something to stand out. And I noticed that Patrick Knapp did a video earlier about standing out. And I have to give him credit. He really did a good job on that video right there. Because he basically said everybody says they care. Everybody feels like they do a good job, but what really separates you? To me, Patrick, just for real briefly, I say what separates me is me. And that's what I tell people. They're getting something different, and that's me, okay, generally, or my employees. So then they've been trained by me, and I feel like I can go ahead and mention all the credentials that I have. So with those credentials, I can go ahead and show them they're trained that way, and they get my 100% money back guarantee. If there's a problem, I'll come back there. Hey, Paul, hope everything's going well for you too, pal. Don't you have a child, Paul? If so, man, I'm sure you're a great dad. I'm going to flip back around and show you guys what I'm going to do. This place is not dirty at all. I went ahead and brought the bonzer in here. And the bonzer is just so doggone easy to use. How you doing, Chris? It's just so easy to use. Now I'm gonna go ahead and hook up. I got my detergent tank hooked up. I've got a little bit of benefact in there. I'm just gonna go across this floor. Now with the Bonzer, I like to modify everything just about I get a hold of. I went ahead and went with larger jets and I cut the PSI up some. Man, does it clean fast and dries the carpet really well. This wouldn't be a flooded market if everyone was professional. Depot's trying to break into the market ever since Lowe's got involved with, oh, I didn't know that. They got involved, Lowe's did. Geez, there's more reason to avoid Lowe's, avoid Home Depot, and let's go to our smaller hardware stores. Hopefully that'll help some right there. You sound basic, Laugh Loud. I'd say cause you train cleaners all around the country. Hey, Patrick, that's what I say. I tell them I've got the only carpet, tile, grout cleaning, water damage school, and rug cleaning school in America, and that separates me from everybody else. So that is my USP. That is my unique selling point, by the way. Okay, and believe me, I play it up pretty good, okay? I have no problem with that. And then I tell them I've got one of the top selling DVDs of all time in the industry, how to clean carpets, tile, and grout and stone. So all those little things right there build up the credentials. That would be a $5 ID fee. Hey, I appreciate that, Patrick. That's cheap. Hey, how about a cupcake? Cupcake? I'm messing with you. I like the cupcake idea. I tell you, my wife, she loves cupcakes. And she don't eat very many of them, thank goodness. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. You guys want to see this real quick? The Bonzer. I don't know if I can use it while I'm working here. Let's see. Notice I like to put the handle all the way up, high as it goes. I'm only running the 50-foot section, so I don't mind running a cheater hose. It ain't going to bother me none. And we all know the CGD dries very quickly. But I like to handle it up nice and high, like when you use the zipper. I'll bring it over here to my waist or so. And you can kind of see it's all the way up to my chest level. You can see that already. I like running the Bonzer at chest level, just like the zipper, but this is more lightweight. Does dry fast. Don't get me wrong, the zipper and both of them are great tools. You got a daughter going to the water park today. That's what I'm talking about, Paul. You know, everything I do for family. And then secondary, of course, for cleaners and friends and stuff like that. But first of all, you got to put family first because people don't take care of their family these days. It's important that we do that. I'm going to flip this back around. I'll show you how to release the handle on this bad boy. And I don't know if you know it or not, I like to just let it free flow, go up and down. But there's a vacuum release at the bottom so you can hear the air. So if it's sucking too hard to the carpet, you can just do that. All right, I've got, you can kind of see the water coming through there. See it coming through? You can clean both ways with it. That's what's cool. It's got jets for forward and backwards. So you can clean both directions. Thanks, David. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate that, guys. 108 degrees, Paul? Ow, that's kicking it. But these carpets are not dirty at all. We keep it really clean. The problem is it was different this time. I thought it was going to be dirty and oily. But actually, instead, what is it? They had some water damage without even telling me. You know, clients feel like they don't even have to tell us anymore. 112, that's ridiculous, man. I mean, totally ridiculous. So here I am, I'm using this machine. I'm going to show you, I'm using it one-handed. One hand, no problem. You see the water coming on through there? Like I said, we keep this place up so it's really clean. Now if I want to do some dry strokes, boom, I can go like this. I'm only using one hand. That's how easy it is to push the Bonzer back and forth. All right? And I like to go until it stops. So I don't see nothing more coming through there. It's usually one cleaning pass and one dry pass will do it. Hotter than Teenage Love in July. Okay, you say so, Sam. I heard that. It helps my water faster. Yeah, no doubt about it. Water heats up like a champ, doesn't it? No doubt. But I'm going to show you here in a second how fast this carpet's dry. It's ridiculous. If you clean one time over, and we're cleaning probably about 230 degrees, I'm using only a 50-foot section of hose, so I got the machine right directly out front. You can't see that because I've got it pointed to me. That's right. All right, but notice how with one hand I can use this machine. So I like the zipper and I like the Bonzer. I like them both. I'm not biased or prejudiced to one or the other like a lot of people are in other groups. If you mention another machine, what happens? You get banned from those groups. I don't care what you use. You know, I think tool is important, but the greatest tool in your truck is what? It's you. Okay, so I can take a rug doctor and out clean a lot of carpet cleaners out there, okay? Do I want to? Absolutely not. It's not very productive. But I will say that the Bonzer and the zipper are very close in cleaning. I think the zipper definitely has more heavy duty components to it. I will say this is still a heavier duty machine than you think it is on the Bonzer. I feel like it dries the carpet faster. Some might feel different. It's up to them. And I like the fact that it cleans both directions. Yes, Sam, I did just call you a tool. I guess I call this all a tool, right? Cleaning on Father's Day and a Sunday, wow, you're a beast. Kevin, I gave all my employees off today. I could have made them come in. I haven't cleaned in months. I can't remember the last time I cleaned carpets. Okay, but I figured I'd let them be with their families. This job's going to take me about an hour or so, $300 or more. It doesn't bother me doing the job. Matter of fact, it's kind of therapeutic to get back out here and clean some. I love to clean. Another thing about the Bonzer is the Bonzer cleans in both directions. It has forward-facing jets and it has backward jets. So that way you can kind of clean in both directions. I really like that. But as far as dry times, let me flip this back around here. I'll put the handle back up. You see the carpet? It is almost virtually dry. Seriously, look at my hands. Yeah, red as they can be from the heat, but it's almost completely dry. That's pretty cool. I'm not saying the Bonzer's for everybody. I'm not saying the zipper's for everybody. I see some people who love their Bonzers. See people who love their zippers, and vice versa, and they can't stand the other. So, you know, both of them have a learning curve, and both of them have their different places. But for the most part, they're a lot alike, and I'm kind of looking forward to the mini zipper coming out by John the Barber. I know that Eric, the zipper guy, is not very happy about it. He told me personally he's kind of upset that Mighty's making one, but that's between them. I just like to test the tools and try to, you know, work out what's best for cleaners. But I think it's going to be a very interesting tool because the way it's shaped, it should work itself around furniture better. It's going to be very interesting. Very interesting. So just to sum things up here real quick, I'm going to set this back up. Notice I said earlier, if you haven't been here yet, onto the video, when I showed up here, the client was letting me in. They were going to lunch. They told me just lock up, go ahead and charge them for it. And what I noticed was they were doing some water damage. I'm going to repeat this again for people who just showed up. And I'm going like, really? As soon as I walked in, I noticed this. Let me flip this around. You're going to see it. I noticed a dehumidifier, several air movers, and a containment. And I'm going like, so I asked her, I said, you didn't call us to do your water damage job. Who'd you have do it? You know, nicely, gently, of course. She said, well, I actually did it myself. I said, that's interesting. How'd you know what to do? She said, well, I went to Home Depot. I was there when I found out about the water damage, and the guy told me exactly what to do, exactly what to buy, and exactly how to do it. I'm going, wow, no kidding. So I feel like we're being bypassed. I'm not saying Dry-Ease is doing it. I can't blame Dry-Ease for selling them equipment, but I am kind of surprised to find Dry-Ease in here, and I'm kind of surprised to find out they were doing the water damage themselves, and then Home Depot now is involved in kind of bypassing us cleaners. It's already hard enough for us all to make a living, right? It took me 35 years to build my clientele, so I can only imagine how hard it is for new cleaners these days. And I feel for you, and that's why we started Truckmountforums, to try to help cleaners, you know, get that jump start. And if you don't mind, if you get a chance, if you could check out my training program, I'm only $99 at the moment for the courses. I went ahead and separated them all, whether it's carpet cleaning, whether it's hot water extraction, BLM, tile, grout, and stone cleaning, everything. You get a certificate with it, and I think you'll find it extremely interesting. I honestly feel like, and I'll guarantee the fact, if you don't make your money back in a week or two, you can have your money back for the course. I feel like there's a lot of tips and tricks in there that will make you a ton of money and set you apart from your competitors. Like Patrick said, it's really important to do. Okay, well, I hope everybody has a great day. Take care. I'm going to go ahead and knock this job out and be on my way. Just be cognizant of the fact, if somebody else has done water damage, cover your ass, so to speak, all right? CYA. Make sure you cover yourself and make sure that it was done, and you don't give advice. It's not your job if they've already done it. Have them sign off on it. 3 years ago on his blower video, helped me out. Awesome, Chris. Glad to hear that. All right, guys, well, take care. Have yourself a great day.